Hey everybody, this is Scott Dickson with Trouts Fly Fishing. I'm out here on the South Platte River today, and today I'm going to give a few little tips about doing the roll cast. During the winter months, I tend to do a lot of nymph fishing with a strike indicator, a little bit of split shot, between 2 and 3 flies on my line. So there's a lot of moving parts. So what I found is doing the basic roll cast really helps out as far as not getting as many tangles in my line. As I'm out here roll casting, one tip that I always like telling people is when you're at the end of your drift, people have a tendency to pull all of their line right up to them and then cast the line out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you have a lot of line on the out and you bring all of that line over to yourself, a lot of times your line is going to sit back on the water, act as kind of an anchor, so when you cast, it doesn't go anywhere. One thing I like doing at the end of my drift is keeping my rod tip low so my line stays away from me, then raising my arm up and then shooting that line back upstream. I often tell people if you can hammer and nail, you can roll cast. It's essentially just turning that line over to get it out there, and it's effective. Sometimes as you're doing it, fish are even on the line. Nice little brown trout we got right here. Gonna get him to turn, get his head up. Bingo. All right, ready?
Yep.
So another thing with the roll cast that I find important is getting that rod tip up when you start. When you get that rod tip up, you get a lot of that line off the water, and the effort involved to get that line shooting forward is very minimal. When you're doing the roll cast, a lot of the motion is right here at the getting that arm up high, having that elbow slightly angled back behind you. And just like you're hammering a nail, you're bringing that line or the tip of that rod straight back to the water to turn that line over. The roll cast is a great tool to have in your bag. There's a time and place for all types of cast out fly fishing. And like I said, during the winter months where I have a kind of a long, delicate leader with lots of moving parts, that roll cast works very well. It also works well when you're fishing tight quarters and you got a lot of junk behind you where you can't get that traditional back and forth fly casting where you're going to tangle up in the trees behind you. This roll cast works out very well, and generally where that tip of the rod goes, that's where that line's going to go. It's kind of a slow deliberate motion where you don't have to try to speed it up too quick to get that line to turn over. Just want to drag it back, keep that rod tip up high, then bring that rod tip back down. While doing the roll cast, you'll find that you can kind of put that line wherever you want it. There's times where you can strip some line in, do short little cast right in front of you, or there's times that you need to get some more line off the reel and really try to get that line out and across the river. It works both ways, and the way it works best is, again, keeping the rod tip up high and being a little bit slower and deliberate with your delivery of your cast.